Hi, NA, Jason William Mitchiner Galbraith, GAOMG. Just want to go over my DNA findings. My latest ones, I did them on my paternal side, and they all came back, and they are unbelievable. It's stuff I can't even make up. I mean, we're dealing with like the supernatural and everything that I've seen. I don't even believe it that I see it, and it's my story. When I first was looking at like my DNA, I first did a DNA test. This was on who I believe was my biological son back in 2006 on a National Geographic DNA test, and it said that it came back over 90% Spanish and Irish. Hence my tattoos, El Cid, and this Irish name tattooed on me as well, only to find out I am Scottish and English, not Spanish or Irish. I'm an Anglo-Scot with some Welsh and some Cornwall in me as well. Cornish, I guess. So anyway, with doing like my Y-DNA test, this all started with me finding out that I'm a Galbraith and that I have ancestral castles, titles, and lands. And I, of course, came from nothing, so I want all of my ancestral castle titles and lands, and everybody got mad at me because it's all from my maternal side. So then I looked at my paternal side and I saw this weird name, Esme Stewart. I never heard of the name Esme before. Started looking into all of that on my paternal side, saw I have all these Stewarts on my side, and then everybody was gaslighting me about my Stewarts. And then I did more DNA tests, and they all came back, and it's unbelievable is that they all came back Bruce, the Bruce of Scotland, the one that all the movies are made of. You know, Robert the Bruce, King of the Scots. That is my paternal Y. I'm a descendant of Robert the Bruce. And then I was getting gaslighted that from Scotland and royalty and stuff about they're trying to compare me to Meghan Urkel, Merkel, Markle, but she's also related from the Bruce, and there's a whole bunch of descendants. But I can prove how closely I'm descended from the Bruce is that on my DNA it shows like all of my haplogroups. Like this one, there's only 100 people on family tree DNA out of like 6 million people users that use it, and that percentage is so minute. You have to be so closely related to the Bruce to ever come up that way. And I have so many more DNAs that I've been sharing on my Instagram account that I don't even want to go over. But then I also went into on my maternal side, I can actually trace from the Bruce all the way down to me. And that, it's just so powerful to see that. To not just see the DNA, how I'm connected paternally to paternal. And it goes from the Bruce, and then his daughter, Marjorie Bruce, had a son, and his son was from a Stuart, and they named him Robert II, King of Scotland, and I have his DNA as well. So I believe I'm descended on my paternal side from the Bruce to Robert II of Scotland. To he had over 21 children, and I've confirmed cousins that we share the same DNA from Robert II. There's only one way to get Robert II's DNA, and that's to be descended from him. So I believe I'm one of his. He had 21 children, so one of his 21 children. And then same with the Bruce from my maternal side that I can track is that he also had an illegitimate son. I didn't know he had so many illegitimate children. I thought he only had 2. To find out he had like over 6 illegitimate sons, and the one I'm descended from is the current chief of House of Bruce. It's the Clackmannan Bruces, and they told me when I got accepted here with the Bruce family of Bruce, they said, Jason, check all your Bruces and see if you have Clackmannan and Blair Hall. And then that's exactly where my Bruce line comes from on my paternal maternal side is this whole like Clackmannan Blair Hall that it goes right there to Blair Hall. And where I'm connected also, it's an amazing story, is my descendant from the Boggs, and I thought that was an Irish name, Boggs. And just to find out that they were actually the Livingstons, which was a big deal name in Scotland, and they were exiled to Ireland. And then my other descendant that gave me the Bruce is from the Walker family. That's a big name also in Scotland. And the Walkers were in Ireland in a big battle, the Battle of Boyne. And the Walkers and the Boggs met each other. Jane Walker and Joseph Boggs had children, and they came to America, and that's my ancestry. And that is amazing to see, because I can see it like with my Galbraith, and to see like exactly how I'm descended not just from just the DNA, but there's no disputing DNA. DNA is what it is. I'm 100% descendant of the Bruce and Robert II and the Clackmannan Bruces and Blair Hall, everything like that. But it's another thing to actually be able to see like the breakdown and to see it all. That's just an amazing thing for me, and it's so much more than I ever thought anything like this was going to be. This has just been one unbelievable thing after another. Like I was going to die thinking I'm a Mitchiner, and I'm not, and thinking that I'm Spanish and Irish, that I'm not. I'm Anglo-Scot, and with all the Bruce, all the Stuart, whichever way you want to spell it, and all the Galbraith in me, and a lot of other interesting things. So my story is just unbelievable, and it's so much more amazing than I ever knew. And the only way that this could ever be happening is by things that I can't control. I don't know. I don't control my DNA. I had no idea. You can see all of my story on YouTube. You can see when I first found out on my Galbraith that I'm just coming after like my ancestral castles and everything. Didn't even know I was a Bruce. And all of these findings now are just so amazing. And my story is like just blows me away. I mean, this right here running in New York City, you can see me on YouTube. Never mentioned Scotland. I didn't even know I was Scottish. And then to find out that I'm a descendant of the Bruce, so closely related to the Bruce on my paternal to paternal side, that's what matters to Scotland and the UK, to also my paternal on my maternal side and my Galbraith. And if you're in the United States of America, I'm a US citizen. I watch like Finding Your Roots, and they look at your paternal and maternal side on both your mother and father. So all of those in the US are equally powerful. But however you look at it, just my paternal, the paternal, you have the Bruce, and then King Robert II of Scotland, and all of the other Stuarts that I'm cousins with. And there's only one way for me to be genetically cousins with all of my Stuarts. We're all descended from Robert II, King of Scotland. And everything that I've done, I've posted on my Instagram account. I have one more that I'm going to post about getting gaslighting and stuff from some other snooty person. That's just like ridiculous stuff. Like, it's over. There's no way anybody needs to ever gaslight me again about if I'm Bruce enough, Stewart enough, Galbraith enough. I have it all. I have all the DNA and all of the, you can trace it all, and it is amazing. It's an amazing story. And now I finally got my passport back, and instead of going to Scotland, I'm gonna go to Ibiza, rock my Speedo instead of the kilt. I'm gonna leave the kilt at home and just enjoy traveling the world. And when I go to Scotland, it's not just like a vacation. When I go to Scotland, I'm bringing my 10th book, second trilogy, and I'm marching up the Royal Mile in assless truths, and I'm making a statement. Everybody that was gaslighting me, everybody that was mean to me, can kiss my royal arse and walk up the Royal Mile, deliver, offer my 10th book, second trilogy at the Stone of Destiny to the greatest Scottish warrior and king Scotland has ever seen, my 21st great grandfather, descendant of Robert the Bruce, King of Scots. That is amazing. And I know the Stone of Destiny was just moved to Perth, but hopefully when I come there, it'll be back inside Edinburgh Castle. So anyway, this is everything that I've done up until now. I've been posting it all on Instagram. And I'm switching my Instagram account. I'm going to have Jason William Galbraith Bruce. That after I go to Scotland and how well I'm received there, I plan on changing my names legally to who I'm really descended from, not Mitchiner. And then I have my Jason William Mitchiner Galbraith account right now that I'm going to post like my vacation and all the fun stuff I'm doing. And then I have my NA account that's going to be, I have another heart surgery coming up facing death, but I have so much to live for and I know who I am now, which makes living so much cooler knowing who the hell you are than dying thinking I'm just a common Spanish and a common Irish person, and I'm not. Cheers.